All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to the biannual YouTube video. Well, bi-monthly, I suppose, not necessarily biannual. We're going to be looking at the Object 274A. This is a new premium. Yes, I know, very surprising. Who could have foreseen another premium coming to the game? We're looking at a Tier 8 Russian medium because we don't have enough of those. We have a pretty cool looking vehicle, though. Let's turn on Accelerate Crew Training real quick. This is a 320 Alpha gun, a boat-shaped hull, with really good base pen. We'll look into the marathon in a minute, how you guys can earn this potentially for free, provided you don't value your time at all, which I don't recommend, but it is that way for some folks, especially with everything going on. However, let's hop right into this and give it a little look. We'll cover the marathon in a little bit. They have made a cool change. We'll talk about that, but let's go through the vehicle first. As I mentioned, this is a 320 Alpha gun. I want to say it's 100 millimeter. 107? Huh. Very weird. 107 millimeter gun. Wow, okay, that's super odd. Anyway, we're looking at a a little bit over 6.5 second reload on the setup I have. I understand this is a very top of the line setup. We will soon cover what this will look like with a more regular and normal crew. I'm just kind of showing you at this point, realistically the best of the best without putting purple equipment on it, which I don't think really many of you are going to do in the first place. And if you are, I doubt you're watching this video. So we can see here the 6.5 second reload. 227 base pen on 320 Alpha is really comfortable. A lot of people tend to come into the stream or whatever and they're like, yo, what's a great premium you recommend? And my answer generally revolves around, one, primarily something you're comfortable playing, but two, something with a good base penetration. This way you don't have to fire that much gold. Now, you can fire gold in premiums and make credits. You know, I've done this more times on stream than I can count. I'll be happy to show, as many people as they ask, or that ask. It is a thing. It's just you're not going to earn as much. You can see here, the aim time is not too bad either. 2.35, not ideal, but not unbearable, especially combined with a 0.33 dispersion. I haven't seen the soft stats of this vehicle. However, I have a bit of a, what's the word? Inclination that the soft stats I think are going to really make up for this. We have 6 degrees of gun depression, 15 elevation, not too bad. Very comfy traverse speed as well. Really nice DPM, 2800. I think I'm actually pretty confident that is substantially more than the upcoming Italian heavies, at least the tier 10 Italian heavy, which my god, if you need to laugh, check out the stats on that. Wargaming are just dumpstering its DPM. Last I checked, it has like 1400 or something like that, 1700. It's very low. We can see here as well the hit points. This is one thing to note. It feels rather low. If you look at something like an STG, you're running 1350, a T44-100, 1350. I think the Progetto 46 has 1400. The Mod 1 has 1300. 1200 hit points is quite low. Now, with that being said, you do have some weird armor stats. You have 95 millimeter thick upper plate, or front plate, I guess. But you can see when you angle this and you use that full 6 degrees, that'll really accentuate, I guess, the thickness here. And you could potentially pull off some weird troll bounces, if that makes sense. Like somebody could fire around here and it'll bounce, all that kind of stuff. It's not something you could rely on. It's more like a hope than a promise. The side armor again is like boat shape. Feel free to open Tanks GG. You can almost see it right here. The hull kind of curves right around here, and that might make it easy to get some cool bounces off there. 220 millimeter thick turret, not unbelievable, but not bad at all. 130 on the sides and 60 on the rear. This thing will be very prone to HE. Nice. On the back of the turret and the back of the hull, even the side of the hull, if you get a flat shot right in here, 70 is not very thick. We can see as well the top speed of 58 and a reverse of 15. Pretty comfortable. No major complaint there. Really nice camo though. 35.2 while stationary and 27 while moving. We're nearing light tank levels. That's really nice. I am very much looking forward to the kind of positions you can play with this. We're looking at also 454 meters view range, which is really comfy. We have achieved that without optics, which is even better. You can see as well the kind of crew that I have. I'm not going to pretend this is a very beginner-friendly crew. I know it's not. They're very strong. I've been using this crew back since I have the T62A, which at this point has been so many years I can't even remember. But you can see roughly what I'm using, at least in general. Hopefully this helps. I doubt it will, but maybe it will. I don't know. That should cover the garage portion. I don't want to take too much of your time. We'll do a quick run through of the marathon for those of you that are interested in this. You can see what I was mentioning before about the nice thing they added is tier 9s and 10s now can work in the mastery mission, not just tier 10s. Beforehand, it was just tier 10 vehicles, which I know a lot of people have a pretty intense aversion to playing tier 10s. I understand the gameplay is definitely not for everybody. Sometimes it's not even for me, but mission for commitment is about the same. It's just, you know, grind base XP and you're good to go. You can see for the mastery, we have a high caliber, one time, very easy if you're an above average player. Even if you're not, 3,500 HP, one time, very simple. You can see we've got 800 points of base XP, very easy, provided you have the tanks for it. You can do it in anything, obviously, but you know, having something like an EBR or a tier 10 light tank, tier 10 medium, this is very easy. We have top player in your team, experience earned 7 times. Again, very much like this. Just run a light tank, a medium, something you can get aggressive in, get some spotting, some combined damage will be easy enough. High cal 4 times, that's fine. Something like a super conk, stuff like that, that's just able to deal a lot of damage. 140, stuff like that. We have finished the battle as a top player on your team by damage caused 18 times. Again, very simple. It's just play like a chieftain. Now, I'm very aware that everyone has a chieftain, but you know, I'm more referencing, like, I guess folks have been playing the game for a while and got clan wars tanks and all that stuff. That'll generally make these very easy. I'm not expecting you know, an average player to fly through these. I don't even think I'll fly through these, but you know, they shouldn't be too hard. They're very straightforward. Top player, both teams by experience earned. That's going to be annoying, not because it's getting top XP, but on both teams, where if you have an amazing game but your team loses, it's basically scuffed. You're not going to get top XP. So this is effectively 11 wins and have a pretty good game. Top player on both teams by damage caused. That's not too awful. 27. Wow, that is a lot. Battle as a top player and team by damage caused 27 times. The top damage is not unbearable, at least for me, but 27 times, that is a lot. 35 times top player on my team by experience earned. Ugh, it's just kind of annoying. Not that bad, but kind of annoying. Anyway, feel free to pause those and give them a look if you need to. I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer, so we're going to hop right into the game here, and we'll see what this thing can do. Okay, here we are. We're a top tier against 3 artillery. That is mortifying. I'm not very thrilled about that. We have one other 274 in the enemy team, not too terrible. I'm going to default load premium because one thing I forgot to mention is we have access to 289 millimeters of pen, which at tier 8 on a premium is not bad, but the kicker is 1300 meters a second. 1304, but who really cares? That's really comfy, and it's going to make it nice just for an early shot. Now, it's not necessarily a huge deal. Let's make that minimap a little smaller. It's not necessarily a huge deal as we have, what's it called? Pretty okay base velocity at over 1,000. But the 1300 will make it nice for an early shot here. So I'm going to try and play north. I don't think we really have the mobility to make it up the hill based on the spawn. I don't feel super comfortable with it, especially considering there's an enemy 274, you know, some E25s, artillery, that whole deal. I think it's just too risky. But we'll try and pull in over here and see what we can do. The soft stats on this don't feel too unbearable. Firing the gun while you're traversing the tank seems to be a bit rough. However, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll push up here. I want to look for some early shots there. Look for some early shots on mid. Now, we can see the E25 pushed hill. They're not in a platoon, so I don't know if they're necessarily going to play together. We may have a shot on this guy. Yeah, great one right in his side. I'm going to pull back because I think I could have been spotted for that, but we're good. We'll push forward a little bit here. That velocity, again, came in really clutch for us. One thing I feel a lot of players struggle with is the negative connotation with firing gold. It's like, oh, you know, you couldn't have penned that without gold. At least for this, and a bunch of other tanks in my experience, sometimes the main reason to fire gold is just for the increased shell velocity. It makes it easier to hit some shots. Now, for me, one of the like poster boys, I guess, for that is the Badger. I fire so much gold out of the Badger, not because I need the pen, but the rounds are just kind of slow otherwise. Not unbearably slow. You can still work with it. Like, if I'm in a close range brawl, I'll fire AP, but at anything at range, APCR is a dream. Yeah, this feels really nice. That gun handling, when you're doing this sort of peek-a-boom, for lack of a better term, the gun feels very comfortable. I'm not going to pretend it's, you know, good when you're at full speed whipping the hull left and right, you know? But it feels pretty comfortable otherwise. The pen feels pretty good as well. The alpha is very nice. Artillery is focused here, which is really worrisome, though we should be able to bleed this rather comfortably. Get a nice shot in there. Knock out potentially a driver. I'm going to set up behind this Tiger. Okay, so we did get first shot Amarak. That really sucks. Get a nice round in there. I want to tuck in to avoid artillery. I think artillery hit that rock there. The 274 fired. Let's back up. Get another round out. Beautiful. We'll tuck in and wait. Artillery fired again. He fired. He's going to be loaded in a second, though. Oh, missed the commander's hatch. We're going to tuck in. He fired. We got to commit on this. We have the HP for it. But I can't afford to be bouncing any of these. If he commits, he's dead. And I think he knows that. Beautiful. So we can't get around it on the T-34. Ooh, nice try. Up to 2,000 damage already. Feels real okay. Wow, that's really shitty. I thought we were fine by then. Damn, damn, damn. Poke and hit this Super Hellcat maybe? No. Now we gotta be careful pushing this, because if the E-25 spots us, for one, that'll be quite upsetting. But two, I'm more scared of the enemy artillery. There's still a lot of damage to clean up here, and I hope we can take advantage of that. I'm gonna try and push to the next set of cover. Nothing spotted yet. Remember, we do have max view range. We're not running optics, though. I might switch to that to 3-mark this. However, for now, I'm going to ping help. We did get spotted. Okay. We did get spotted. That's not super cool. I should be artillery safe here. I'm going to move from cover to cover in a minute. The WZ claims to help me, but I don't know what he's going to help from there. He could potentially watch this bit, if you could see my mouse. But I'm going to move to the next set of cover. STG spotted. Wow, that... Thank you, Wargaming. Very cool. We'll pull back here. Another round out. Not too terrible. Get another round out. He rushed the shot, which means no pen. I'm not going to have anything here, which is fine. I'm going to sit right around here. Again, I want to avoid getting hit by artillery. Surprise, surprise, to a resounding nobody. However, we should be alright. Now that the STG is unlit, that should mean I'm unlit. However, we're really playing with fire here. I don't think he spotted me until I fired, which is horrifying how good the camo is. We mentioned this earlier in the garage, but cool. I'm going to stay tucked in here. Remember, I don't want to get shot by Artie. I really can't afford to. I'm running really low on HP. We'll look to push in a second. I want to get to the next piece of cover. Who knew Watt was a cover-based shooter? We'll push to the next area and hopefully clean this up. I'm going to switch to HE. We do have a very comfortable 62 millimeters of pen. I like that a lot. And one thing I was assuming that is definitely coming to fruition is the fact that, quite frankly, the armor on this is nothing to really write home about. Is it bad? Not necessarily. Is it great? No, I wouldn't say so. We definitely didn't bounce as much as I would have liked. However, I suck a lot. I'm hoping he doesn't have the gun impression to hit me. Or his brain doesn't have the power to hit me. We'll push in and hopefully grab this last guy. Fingers crossed. I'll try and shoot at him not poorly. Hey! GG. That was a very comfy game. I had a blast with that. So much fun. 3.8k dealt, 1100 assisted. It's not a true 1100. We split it between some tracking and spotting. It's primarily spotting though. So I have to say, as a first game, that felt pretty good. It's important to note, again, this is like the best setup you can have realistically. On our first game, we did ace it. This is quite literally the first match I've had. Sorry about all these pop-ups. Oh my god, Wargaming, please. Very annoying. Nice crew books. We did, you know, as you can see, 1273 base XP. Not too insane for an ace. Nothing too crazy though. Or nothing too easy, I mean, sorry. We have a very nice bonus. We did, what's the word here? 15 shots, 13 hits, 12 pens. Really comfy. It's important to note, take away 50k from this end result, so we would have technically made, you know, what is that, about 80? Still not really too bad. This thing, at least in my very first game, and this is quite literally my first match I've ever played in this, you know, that is a great showing. I'm quite pleased with that. That even pushed us to 3.9% on the mark. I'd say if you're looking for something comfy as far as a premium, you could do a lot worse than this. This is one of those that I'd recommend picking up in a marathon. If you can't get through the whole marathon, which I completely understand, I'd say get to maybe stage 7-ish if you can, and then pick it up. I don't anticipate this being like another Progetto where it's super rare. I would say we could potentially see this being like a Renegade where it's sold only ever so often. I think it'll be definitely like the top echelon of premiums, but not to the point where it's, you know, never seen again, Type 59, Progetto 46 kind of deal. Anyway, we're at a pretty long review. That'll cover it, guys. I really appreciate all the time you spent here. Thank you so much. I'll throw some timestamps in to make this super easy to watch. Have a great, I guess, marathon grind. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving and all that for the American folks. And if you're not American, I hope you enjoyed your Thursday, wherever else you are. And the weekend is finally here. Well, I guess Friday counts as the weekend. I don't know. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Oh, don't be afraid to check out the stream. I'll post a link in the description. Thank you.